Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's a beautiful day here on Chevron or Picardo. I can't remember what it was. I did have a problem actually. I didn't tell you guys, but the first game that I actually started crashed irreparably, and I didn't show that. But it does mean that I had to start again. But it was okay because I hadn't done that much anyway. So. I started on Trophen. It's actually where you saw me start, but when I was setting up the game it said Picardo, so just in case you were wondering why it says Trophen now rather than Picardo, because it randomizes the names, of course, so there we go, there's that. Anyway, look at that sunrise, isn't it awesome? It's Nez. What are we doing today? Well, I do need to go and check out this tower because that's my next mission, and that's probably going to give me some stuff and all sorts of. But it does say before you go check out the tower, make sure you've got a gun and stuff. Somewhere, yeah, it's spamming the same message over and over again every time I start the game. Consider building a light armor suit, some better weapons like a pistol or a shotgun, and the appropriate ammo before going there. So I've got a pistol, I've got the light armor, but I want some mobility for I just stroll up on that place. I have no idea if it's got a turret. I'm assuming it doesn't, and I'm assuming there's just maybe a couple of bad guys inside. So the constructor at the moment is busy building hover vessel parts, so for a simple little hover vessel. And one of the things in there is the mobile constructor. So I can construct stuff mobily. What I also remembered eventually, and you guys were probably yelling at the screen while I was ignoring this, was I can get plant fibers from logs. So what I'm going to do while this constructor is doing that is I am going to cut down this forest, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if these little guys produce logs actually. They do! So yeah, I'm going to do this for a little while, because I'm going to need an awful... Look at that, isn't that a sunrise for you? Yeah? Yeah? You like that? Let me cut down some trees. There's nothing like the smell of fumes and the sound of chainsaws and a beautiful spring morning. So no. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna get some wood, turn it into plant fiber, and turn all of that plant fiber into biofuel, so that we can actually power this hover vessel when I get around to it. So I'm gonna cut this bit because it's gonna be just me chopping trees, which is thoroughly interesting, I know. But I'm gonna skip ahead to when actually that constructor, because this constructor probably do with another one of these. It takes forever to do anything, so. I mean, most of the time it just sits there on the things that it's completed finishing. But yeah, I've got 3 of the 4 hover engines. It's got to produce all these blocks and stuff, and then I can start producing the plant fiber, and then start producing the biofuel. So yeah, I'm just going to cut it. I'll come back to you in a bit. See, I told you I'd chop the forest down. Does seem to be a bug at the moment. Where it's not letting me pick anything that I've picked already. So these pixie stalks I've picked once already. Oh, let me pick that one. Yeah, it's not letting me pick everything. I mean, I don't know. Is it intermittent or whether maybe I didn't pick that one over there, and I've definitely picked these ones. But it's not just the pixie stalk that seem to be doing it. Absolutely hammering the F key right now. Can't seem to pick these up no matter what angle I'm at. But also it's doing it to plant fibers that are near my base that I've definitely picked before. I mean, these are fully grown again. The corn dogs over here, these are fully grown again. Can't pick them. Can't pick them. So it seems to be a bug at the moment. If you've picked something, it won't let you pick it again. I haven't been keeping count, so I don't know if I maybe picked them twice, and that's the limit. I don't know, but just watch out, guys, because Yeah, if you're relying on plants that are near your base camp, you might not be able to pick them. I had to go literally the other side of this biome over here to find corn dogs and stuff that I haven't already picked that I could pick up to keep making my power bars. So yeah, watch out. We still got a little ways to go. So I'll come back to it. It might be night time again by the time this thing's finished. It's coming across all foggy and horrible, but maybe 10 minutes before it's night time again. So yeah, I managed to get 102 logs out of that little expedition. Okay, so for all you new guys out there that are perhaps new to the game, let me just quickly break down for you what you need in order to create your very first hover vessel. So, first thing you're going to need is a hover vessel starter block. So that's on the building blocks in your constructor. You just need one of those. I've already placed mine over here, and it looks like it's something like that. When you place it, it's got an arrow that indicates which direction is the front, basically. So you can get rid of all the other blocks apart from this center one, and if you can remember the direction, you can get rid of the one with the arrow on it as well. But for your first hover vessel, please leave it there just so you know which direction it's facing. The other things that you need, you're going to need a cockpit, at least one fuel tank, at least one generator. I've gone for 4 hover engines, because if you think of hover engines kind of like a bit like wheels, they're the things that are going to keep you off the ground, keep you floating. I think the minimum you need is 2, but that would probably be quite unstable, so probably go with 4 as a minimum for a very small one. I've got 10 small thrusters here. There is a whole selection of thrusters that you can use. You can't see them here, but they're in the tech tree. Hover vessels. You can see we've got medium thrusters and then jet thrusters as well. Jet thrusters obviously giving the most thrust, and the small thrusters giving the least. But for a little small runaround hover vessel, these small thrusters will be more than enough. You're going to need at least 1 RCS, but the more RCSs you have, the faster it will turn, and the more maneuverable it will appear to be. But RCSs and thrusters kind of work together, so if you have more RCSs and you want to be able to turn on a dime, you need the thrusters to obviously compensate for those turns as well, giving it sort of the necessary left-right thrust. I've got a constructor, but that's not mandatory. That's secondary. And in fact, that row there is all you need, absolutely all you need to make a working hover vessel. Anything on top of that are extras. So I've got myself a mobile constructor here, which will hopefully give me a bit more construction ability than the survival constructor. We shall see. And again, if you look in the tech tree, you've got all sorts of other things like blocks. You can then go into turrets and weaponry, hover boosters, which enable you to jump, bigger hover engines, which can take more weight. You've got drilling and multi-turrets down here, passenger seats, ramps, force field emitters, and you can go, yeah, basically into a lot of detail with your hover vessel. But very basic, just to get it working, that's what you need. And a starter, hover starter block. I'm going to grab all these guys now, and we might lose, in fact we will lose daylight, but we're going to press on anyway, because I want to get up and running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these blocks along the side. This is going to eat my stamina. The problem is I would love to get a multi-tool, but I have no way of powering a multi-tool because I haven't found any Promethean yet. So let's get rid of the bike, not going to need that. Chainsaw, not going to need that. Drill, not going to need that. So we need our cockpit, our fuel, and all of that stuff basically. This is going to be like the world's most simplest little hover thing. So cockpit, one of the biggest components. I'm going to place that. Oh, I'm going to choose a cockpit first of all. So 700 hit points, presumably. Preferably more hit points than less. I'm going to go with that one there, I think. And I'm going to have something that's set quite far back. then I'm going to have the hover vessel like in front of it mostly. Okay, so the reason I put those tore those blocks down, I still haven't I haven't remapped my rotate controls yet. Annoying. There it is. And I'm going to rotate that using, well, I mean the default is like a combination of insert, delete, and then page up, page down. I remap them typically to mouse controls. Feel free to do the same. I'm going to put my generator there. I'm going to put my fuel tank there. And then in front of that I'm going to put actually in front of that I'm going to put a block, then my hovers 1, 2, and then at the back here I put well, actually let me place my RCS there, hovers there and there. Okay, that's going to give me, oh, again, this is going to take some getting used to. I'm going to put a thruster, I'm going to put, well, no, I'm going to put a thruster there. These are my sideways thrusters, okay, so I'm going to put one down there on each side as well. So this will enable it to go left and right. I need reverse thrusters as well. Get the rotation correct. Okay, I'm going to put the reverse thrusters, just trying to think about how this is all going to lay out in my head. I might put the reverse thrusters above the hover engines. Let me put these blocks here, and then I can place them there and there. And maybe I'll get a light block at some point and put that in between. For now, that will do nicely. So yeah, right click on the normal blocks and you can get a whole list of shapes come up. And then again, using the rotate, you can place simple little triangles, such like that. Easy. I think, what shape am I actually going for? Put a bit of armor at the front here, just as kind of like well, armor. That's exactly what it is. So if I get shot at, I've got several blocks between me, whatever's doing the shooting. So I've got 2 forward thrusters, and I'll sort of bury them a bit in a little while. I've got 2 side thrusters here, and I'm going to put 2 rear thrusters in there. But I also need to fit in a mobile constructor somewhere that's sort of accessible. I'm going to sort of put it at the top here, I think, and then have it kind of exposed, but not really. Yeah, that should be fine. This isn't going to be the most attractive build I've ever done, but then I'm limited in sort of how many blocks I have. So I'm going to put a triangle there, and I'm going to cover that up to the thrusters. I'm going to put this triangle again here, but on its side like that. Yeah. Should have turned on symmetry plane for this. What is symmetry plane, Spanj? Well, let me just correct this and then I'll show you. So, armor on the sides. Yeah, man. Need to remap these goddamn mouse controls. The rotation controls. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, there we go. Now I can rotate that a lot nicer. Okay. So I've corrected that little imbalance there. So now I'm going to turn on symmetry mode. Okay. So what you need for symmetry mode is well, nothing in your hand anymore. Point your crosshair at the vehicle or whatever you're building. Hit the N key. Click Symmetry Plane. And then, I mean, a typical one is YZ, but you can play around with the others. And then with YZ selected or whatever symmetry plane you're after, click on the vehicle or building where you want the symmetry plane to appear, and you can click either side of a block or the center of a block. Once you're finished, click N and it stays there. And you can carry on building. Nice. Like that. So when I place a block here, it will also place the same blocks over there. Hey, pretty cool, huh? So you do get this bright green field here though, which is only slightly annoying, but you know. So there's my, try and get that underneath, but I don't want to get it. I'm going to place some truss blocks in there just to pad it out a bit, essentially. Well, let me get rid of that one. Again, no multi-tool, slightly irritating. I want you to go down a bit, so there we go. Might actually turn that upside down. Oh, I can't because I don't have a multi-tool. Recurring theme going on, anyone? Okay, so I want that one there, that one there. There and there. What I might do is just take this block off here. I would like to convert them into some kind of triangle block, and that becomes quite difficult because you don't really have the blocks in order to sort of connect from triangle to non-triangle, basically. I'm going to need more blocks. Whoa! Build a plant fiber. We are 40 blocks, that'll do. Yeah, definitely going to run out of blocks here. Some places I can use truss blocks to fill the gaps. It's yeah, it's pretty hideous, I realise. Station axis, there it is. Get into the armor locker. Not as is, I think. And one more block to place. I do want to put some kind of shielding over this front thrusters at some point, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, well, I'll leave it as it is for now. So here we go. Kind of crap. It's completely crap. But what do you want from me? Alright. Yeah, let's just leave that in there for now. So we can turn off the symmetry plane again just by going N and then select none. You don't even need to be looking at it this time. Now you can jump into the cockpit, hit P, the letter P for Peter, And you get all your control panel comes up, and oh, I like that they've changed all the switches around. They look a bit cool now. But yeah, so we need to. There we go. So that's how much biofuel powers it. Yeah, we should be okay. Should be able to get 100% fairly quickly. But once you start it up, there we go. Just hold space until it sort of pings itself off the ground, kind of thing. Then it should be good to go. Give it a quick test-a-rooney. It's alright with one RCS, one generator. Quite happy. Struggling to get around all plants in the ground. This thing wouldn't take any shots, by the way, so this is completely unarmoured, I would say, as a vessel. Not combat worthy. A, it doesn't have any guns, and B, it has no armour, and C, it's just a crap design, but then, you know, I have no blocks, so. But it should get us around, that's the important thing. And it's got one of these. So what can we build in here? Can we build a fridge? Because that would be quite interesting. We can. So that's good. I might transfer a lot of the stuff into this then. And just occupy this thing with making biofuel for now. Well, it doesn't need that, you can have that. Take all of that out of there. You're just a biofuel machine now. That can go, don't need that. That can go, don't need that. Take that biofuel. The only problem with having a hover constructor is the damn thing will require you to turn the hover vessel on and use fuel while you're using it. But I can get things like a fridge. What you can do to save fuel is use your P menu, turn your thrusters off, go into devices, well, turn the devices. If you click this auto group button here, it will just group everything into little folders for you. Go to hover engines, turn them off, and you can turn anything else off that might be using power. So we've got 19 minutes of power basically just sat there idling. That will go up as soon as the constructor finishes doing whatever it's doing, which was building a fridge. That went up to 1 minute. So while this survival constructor is busy making fuel for this thing can run its constructor. Just a case of finding somewhere to stick the fridge. I haven't thought this through. There you go. I'll just put it there. Okay, so that's good though, because we can now put things that are going to spoil. Already lost most of it anyway. But like our power bars and stuff like that, and then perish time is down to 7. So we need to actually start storing these where they're not going to spoil. Providing I leave the power on and keep it fueled, that will keep that food nice and fresh. Now this thing needs to continue pumping out the biofuel, please. Right, should we go check out that tower? While this thing's busy manufacturing biofuel. I mean, how much time do we have on the power here? Because it's 26 minutes with the engines off. That's minutes, not hours. Okay, that's good. 20%. Fill that all up. It means I don't have a recharge for my drill or chainsaw, but the other thing you can do as well to save power, turn your RCS off. That's now nothing. So what I like to do with the P menu is put things in like a power save mode. So sometimes you've got in your main, you've got actual switches that you can power things off, like your thrusters and the lights and signals, turrets, etc. Some things don't appear in here, but you do have these custom groups. So you go into devices, you've sorted everything into your relevant folders. If you click on one of the folders and then you've got the shortcut here, you can set that to custom 1. Go back to main and set custom 1 as other engines. And you can do the same with RCS, custom 2, yes. And then what else was it? The fridge, you can turn that off, you can turn the constructor off, for example. You can do all sorts of things with this, so yeah, you can have a proper power save mode just through the switches in the P menu. That's already finished. That was really quick. Okay, that's good, that's good. Let's continue this over here, like that. Turn symmetry mode back on, put it fine. Take these ones off. Do that as a sweeping slope. Give that a little bit more definition. We can still get to our fridge and our armor locker under there. It's all good. The only problem with this thing really is has no ability, no armor underneath. So if you have like an explosion underneath from an enemy turret or something, it'll pretty much just take out everything. Not great. A few more truss blocks. Alright, we can cover this up. Already see. Okay. I have no idea. I put truss blocks over the thrusters. I don't know if it's really required anymore or whatever, but I know one day Elion will probably put in the game that thrusters will damage blocks. If it's just truss blocks, then it doesn't really matter. Another thing, I'm obsessing about this thing now. Yeah. Alright, it's cool. How much biofuel do we have now? 6 more, excellent, okay. Uh, 34%, that will do for now. Hover engines RCS is engaged, we're down to 3 minutes. What's that, 3 hours of power, did that say? Until it kind of gets stuck on the ground. Yeah, 3 hours of power. Amazing. We can turn the constructor off for now because we're not using it. We'll leave the fridge on. 7 hours of power. Amazing. Alright, we're all set. We got ammo, we got a pistol. We don't, I mean, I'm hoping there's not a massive amount of resistance here, but we'll soon find out. And we'll have daylight back again soon as well. Oh. Tree. Oh, tree. Let's check out the alien tower. Tree. Can't see. Might have to go all first person, you know. We've packed a headlight on this thing. Oh, here we go. Received any gunshots yet? There is a strong signal coming from inside the tower. Alright. Cool. Let's park it here. Let's, no, not power off. I don't want to power it off. I want to hit the thrusters and hover engines and RCSs off in power save mode. Alright, cool. Natives! Sir! Fuck you then. What's this about? What is it about? Why is it here? What's it doing? Can I kill it? Can I eat it? Ooh, hello. Ooh. Well, there's the core. I mean, it's super difficult. Whoa. A trap! The shaft has been blocked. There is low energy current, like from a lever somewhere close to you. Push yourself against the walls and see if you can break through. Yeah, use it until it fully activates. Possibly this will remove the plates covering the exit. Will it? Fuck, mate. Probably kill me. Covers were not removed, but the button revealed some ancient inscriptions on the walls. Q! Yes, it did. Read panels. Symbols are unknown and also seem heavily weathered. The tower must be very old. It is not an active station of any kind. Maybe a grave, a memorial. One symbol group on the panels is repeated over and over. A name or a location. Inscriptions were saved for later translation. Okay. Can I go now? Can I go now? I have to kill the core. These are just wall blocks here, aren't they? Something's happening behind the red panel. Stay away from it. Registering strong energy fluctuations. Whoops. Escape! Whoa! Ow. It can't hit me in here. Whoa! He's inside! He's in with me! Oh god! Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. No, yeah. Please, reload. Ah, there's another one! You got wounded, use the appropriate meds, blah 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 blah. Nah mate, I'm kosher. Got alien tooth though, I know that's used in meds. This guy's inside my hovercraft. Can you leave please? I wanna go now. Thrusters, engines, RCSs, online, blah, stuck to the ground again. I wish it would stop doing that. Can I get up? Thank you. Teeth! Yeah, back to base. Back to base, back to the wreckage. Alright, let's go back to the wreckage then. Hey! Ah, crap. O! You press O. If that happens to you, just press O and it should automatically level the hovercraft out. But as you can see, it was having some trouble, so you might need to give the mouse a wiggle. If you want to make this wreckage your first base, build a core, a solar panel, and a capacitor. Place the devices onto the wreckage and check the survival constructor for more suitable base devices. Craft a drill to be able to drill underground deposits. for larger ore quantities. Okay. What if I don't want to make this my own base? Oh, energy signal detected relaying to a position far away from your current location. The energy signature is identical to those from UCH command vessels. Finally, before going there, consider building better equipment, weapons, and a hover vessel for being better protected at long travel distances. You can also spawn basic model from the blueprint factory. Blah, 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 blah. Where? Oh, down there, look. Crashed MS Titan front. Could you, like, tell me where I can find Promethean, please? Brilliant. Okay, so that's the next mission. We have to go down there. And it sounds like there might be some drones down there, which would be... Oh, God, look at that guy. I hate that guy. That guy spits stuff at you. He's evil. Okay, so I'm going to head back to base camp. And... what level am I, actually? Level 7. So I'm not too far away from being able to unlock this bad boy here, level 10. So, next episode, hopefully I can go to that signal, kill some stuff, level up to level 10, get some hover drillers, attach them to this thing, and drill out these deposits. And then eventually, get some water miners. That's the plan, but that might be a while. Alright guys, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. I'm free! I'm free! I'm flying! Yes! Airtime!